Hey guys and girls, so here's project number 3 out of 4 with the IYV. So let me show you what's going on today. So a couple things. First off, I want to see if I can make this IYV tele sound a little more like a traditional tele. So this humbucker is coming out. If you watched a video on the earth guitar where I changed the pickup that was in the earth guitar is going to go in this one. So I got these little plates. I guess they're called humbucker modification plates for guitars that have like a humbucker plate. But these allow for traditional tele pickups to be mounted into a humbucker style guitar. So I got this for the bridge, and I got this other plate, this for the neck. So, you know, I could put a traditional set of pickups in here for tele, but I'm not going to use this because I really like the sound of this P90 in the bridge. So I'm just going to swap this one out just to see what kind of combination it would give. This one sounds fine, but I just want to try something different. So, you know, we take these 4 screws out, obviously remove the strings, take these 4 screws out, pull the pickup out, figure out which wire is which, and go to the back and take it out. And then just reverse the process to install this one. And I also want to replace the switch. The switch has been giving me some issues, this toggle. When I converted all my hardware to black, I had this old toggle switch in my junk box, so to speak, and so I just put it in there, but it's been like soldered and resoldered like so many times over the years. I knew it probably wouldn't last, and it's just giving me some issues. So I got the exact same switch. So these toggle switches are so easy to understand, like functionality wise. So basically they have, if you look underneath here, I don't know if my camera will focus enough for you to see that, but so there's 3 prongs on the top and there's 1 on the bottom. So your ground wire goes here. You have, you know, the one pickup goes to this one, the other pickup goes to that one, and this center prong just goes straight to your output jack. So, and that's it. Like, that's as complicated as that gets. And if you look on the side, so these pickups, they have like this little plate, and this plate, it's kind of shaped like a D, you know, like this. So this plate, you can see it moving when I flick the switch. So in the center position, these 2 plates, like the one on this side and on that side, they're both making contact with the center plate. Okay, so you see how there's like 2 little plates there, and then if I do this, you'll see how that one separates away from the center plate, and then it comes in contact with it. So basically that's it. So if I do this, I'm selecting this pickup on this side because this plate is in contact with the center. And if I do this, both pickups are activated because these 2 exterior plates are in contact with the center. And then if I do this, or I guess the other way, I should say, then it pushes that plate away. So this one becomes in contact. So that's all. Like, it's super easy. I'm amazed at how long they last because they look like they're really flimsy, but it's a great little system. It's not a lot of moving parts, and it works. So we'll be replacing this switch. So I'll just show you a quick shot of underneath. There you go. So when I got this guitar, well, let me just angle it up a little bit so you might be able to get a better view. So when I got this guitar, both pots were dime sized, and they were 500K pots. So I went to my local music store and I wanted a 500K CTS pot, just a higher grade pot, for the top pickup, and then I wanted a 500K, you know, or a 250K full size pot for the bottom, but they didn't have the CTS pots in the full size in 250K for the bottom, so I ended up having to buy a small one, but it is a CTS pot. And then this one is a CTS full size 500K. So I have a 500K pot for this pickup because I wanted it nice and bright, because I find teles in general have a darker sound in the neck area. So I wanted to kind of brighten and articulate this, and this worked fine. But I didn't want it too bright in the bridge position, and I've read that these P90s can be a little sharp or a little bright with 500K. So I took a 250K pot for this. So which works out well because typical Telecaster pickups run on 250K pots. So I'll just be replacing this pickup with that one, and it's going to a 250K pot, so I don't have to change anything back here. So there's only 4 wires to take off on this switch in here. So I have to unsolder those and solder them back exactly like they were because everything works. And then take the strings off on the front, pull that pickup out. And I think it's this black wire coming in here on the side. So I just got to take that out, run the new pickup wires in there, solder them up, and that'll be it. And then restring and tune and test. So, all right. I'll chime in when I'm further ahead. One thing you might find interesting, so these $175 IYV guitars on Amazon, they come completely shielded. So with shielding paint. So all the cavities, pickup cavities and control cavities, they're all shielded with this shielding paint. And, there's no like blotchy spots. It's very well done. I don't know how good the shielding paint is, but it's kind of impressive that they would go through this amount of detail for a guitar at that price point. So anyway, something I thought maybe you'd be curious to know about. So I got the pickup out. I just got to trace this wire, unsolder, and replace. All right, so I ran into a little problem. So it's not as easy as just dropping it in there and bolting it up, and that's it. So these Telecaster pickups that have the big brass plates underneath, the humbucker is wide enough for the pickup, but because the pickup is on a slant, this bottom corner here, so this bottom corner is hitting the top of the guitar. So if I line up these 2 holes with the mounting holes in the body, there's lots of clearance there, but I can't drop the pickup in because you can see that the very tip, just the space on, like from the screw, from the edge of the screw to the edge of the plate, is hitting on this corner. That's it. So it's either I scrap the whole idea and put the humbucker back in, or the P90 back in, or what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to take my Dremel. You see I put a little piece of tape in here. So that's about the width of space where where the point, where the bottom point over here, right down there, is making contact. So I'm just going to go below the surface, like the finish of the guitar, maybe about 1/16 of an inch into the cavity, and I'm just going to grind or sand down, just a tiny little bit of gap inside the cavity here. So when you're looking at the guitar from the top, you won't even see it because I'm not going to touch the outer edge. You won't see like any sanding up here. I'm just going to make sure the sanding disc on my Dremel is below the guitar lip, and I'm going to sand inside the wood, so that then I can just drop the pickup in sideways, kind of, to give it some clearance, and then I'll be able to drop it in flat. And I'll make sure to route that, to sand that down all the way to the bottom of the pickup, so that if I move the pickup up or down, this little bottom corner here will be able to slide up and down freely. And it's never going to come up, to the edge of this guitar anyway, so I don't need to make the cut down here. And this plate will hide anything, this plate will hide that anyway, so it's not going to make any difference, even if I do mess it up a little bit on the edge. So yeah, so just FYI, if you're thinking about doing that to yours, it's not that easy, because these cavities fit a humbucker and nothing more. Like, they are routed to spec, and that's it. But very clean routs, very smooth finish on the inside. Even the holes for the screws to go in. I don't know, I'll try and get that closer, see if you can get see if I can get some light there. But that's a really nice pickup route for a guitar at $175 price point on Amazon. Like, you know, they really did a great job. I'm super impressed. Every time I dig into this thing, I'm like, what? It just doesn't make sense. So anyway, that's it for now. I got to get that done, but it's late, so I'm gonna stop this video and I'll try it again tomorrow. See if I can get that to fit. So I'll be in touch. Take care, guys. All right, guys. So as you can see, the pickup fits perfectly in that route now. And here's how I did it, or here's how you have to do it if you have pickup routes that are very particular to a humbucker, like a square type pickup. So I'll just take this out. And the cool thing about the Guitar Fetish stuff, once again, is they have a quick plug, so I can pull the wire out when I'm doing my measuring. So it's kind of nice. So this bottom corner right here where my index finger is, was the problem, is what was hitting and not allowing the pickup to be straight in the cavity. So from the top, again, you can see everything looks nice and, you know, everything looks normal, I guess. But inside, what I had to do is just take out, see that? I just took out a nice little, you know, semicircle, about probably, I don't know, maybe a 1/16 thick of wood out of there. And all I used for that was this. So just a Dremel tool with a little sanding bit. And you just, you know, put the Dremel tool inside near the bottom and, you know, push it into the cavity and route out the amount of space that you need to create the clearance. And if I show you that, you know, if I get in there a little closer, that's what you're going to get. There, it's not so blurry anymore. So it's basically just, you know, you can see where it goes in there. And it's a nice little recessed added space in there. And I still have a good, oh, maybe a little less than 1/4 inch of wood, you know, at the top. So it's not like this finish at the top is going to break if I happen to hit it accidentally. There's still enough material underneath the laminate or the spalted maple top to support it. So yeah, so that's it. So now when you install your pickup, right, the only thing is I have to put it in. See, if I go in straight, it won't go in. Like if I try, right, because it hits the edge of that little corner hits the edge of the laminate top of the guitar. So all I have to do now is kind of go in on a slant this way, and it'll go right into that recess that I just sanded down, and then the pickup lines up perfectly. So that's what it's kind of going to look like. It's going to look like, you know, kind of a single coil P90 combination. That should be cool. That should sound all right. I just don't know if this pickup will be kind of hot enough, like the output wise, to match up with this. So we'll see, because it was pretty bland in the Earth guitar, which is why I removed it. If you watch my last video, and replaced the Earth guitar bridge pickup, which was this one, to a higher output one. So we'll see. Anyway, that's a quick, easy fix, and it really doesn't hurt the cosmetics of the guitar at all. It just makes it a little bit more versatile when you want to do some pickup changes. So yes, sir. Keep you posted when everything's wired up. All right, so everything's wired up. So here's the lead wire from that new single coil pickup. Because in this guitar I only have like a front pickup volume, rear pickup volume, no tone, no anything. So here's how this goes. So the way this works, it's an old like 60s style, I think, Gibson wiring. So basically the lead wire comes into the pot, and then out of the pot from the center lug it goes to the switch, and then out of the switch from the center lug it goes to the jack. And then the same thing from over here. So this one, that red wire is the ground, and then the lead, and then out of the center lug to the switch outer lug, and then again this one feeds out to the jack. So it's very simple wiring, and it all works. I plugged it in. I double checked to make sure that I had, you know, with the tap test on the pickups. So, and this is how it looks like from the front. So now all I got to do, I'm going to polish up these frets and recondition the fretboard with some F1 oil, this stuff right here, just like I did to the Erk guitar in the last video, and run some strings on there, and we'll do a little sound check to see what it sounds like, what a semi-hollow body guitar sounds like with this traditional, I guess, vintage wound pickup. So yeah, should be cool. All right, thanks guys.